What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Miller, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Friday, August 15, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. Lots to cover today. Here's the latest on Robin Williams. Robin Williams' wife has revealed the late actor who died of an apparent suicide on Monday was in the early stages of Parkinson's disease. Williams' wife, Susan Schneider, said in a statement on Thursday that the actor, who was found in his Northern California home with a belt secured around his neck, was not ready to share the fact that he was suffering from Parkinson's with the public. Oscar-winning actor who had struggled with addiction throughout his life had recently entered rehab prior to his death, died with his sobriety intact, Schneider said. Schneider added that the family hopes that Williams' death will inspire others to find help and support that they need for whatever difficulties they are facing. She said in a statement, Robin spent so much of his life helping others, whether he was entertaining millions on stage, film, or television, our troops on the front lines, or comforting a sick child. Robin wanted us to laugh and to feel less afraid. Since his passing, all of us who love Robin have found some solace in the tremendous outpouring of affection and admiration for him, for the millions of people whose lives he's touched. His greatest legacy besides his 3 children is the joy and happiness he offered to others, particularly to those fighting personal battles. Robin's sobriety was intact, and he was brave as he struggled with his own battles of depression, anxiety, as well as early stages of Parkinson's disease, which he was not yet ready to share publicly. It is our hope in the wake of Robin's tragic passing that others will find the strength to seek the care and support they need to treat whatever battles they are facing, so they may feel less afraid. Reports are heating up that hip-hop royalty Beyonce and Jay-Z are heading towards divorce. Since the notorious Solange elevator brawl, there have been several reports that divorce is inevitable. In a Friday's issue of Us Weekly, the magazine sources weighed in. One source told the publication that Beyonce is done after they conclude the remaining On the Run show in Paris, France on September 13th. Bravo's Untying the Knot star and divorce attorney Vicky Ziegler told the Wrap, if the reports are true, they're going to divorce. They're probably working behind the scenes to figure out the timing of the announcement and how they'll divide the business entities. Ziegler says that the couple's prenup, though they haven't publicly confirmed that they have one, will determine how difficult the divorce will be. Another contributing factor is whether they keep joint or separate finances. Insiders tells us the music superstar 32 has a plan of action in place when she decides to call it quits with her rapper husband, who's 44, and dad to her 2-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy. One source says she's done after their remaining On the Run show in Paris, France. Rumors about the state of the couple's union has been rampant ever since footage leaked of Beyonce's younger sister, Solange, fighting with Jay-Z in an elevator at the Standard Hotel after the May 5th Met Ball. The Crazy in Love singer has done her best to quiet the chatter with happy family pictures posted on Instagram, but insiders say things aren't so rosy behind the scenes. The source previously told Us Weekly that the spouses stayed separately while in New York and Los Angeles for their On the Run tour, and another insider said Beyonce went without her husband to look for apartments in Manhattan, including a $21.5 million penthouse in Chelsea. American Idol finalist Josh Gracin is seeking treatment at a facility after posting what many perceive as a suicide threat on his Facebook page. A new post on Gracin's Facebook page acknowledges that the country singer, who has been battling depression, suffered a personal crisis on Thursday and was admitted to a hospital for observation. While Gracin was subsequently discharged, he has voluntarily checked into an inpatient facility to, quote, seek the help he needs, the Facebook post stated. In a statement, Gracin thanks fans for their support and apologized for what I have put my family through. He also noted that he is getting help. He also added, I want to thank you for all your prayers and support. I take responsibility for my actions and apologize dearly for what I have put my family through. With the help of my family and friends, I am getting help. Again, thank you for your love, and I will see you very soon. In a post published to his Facebook page Thursday, Gracin, a 4th-place finalist on the 2nd season of American Idol, caused alarm with what appeared to be a suicide note. The message read, please remember me as someone who gave his all in his music. Pray for my family as they carry on in this world without me. Goodbye. Police were sent to Gracin's Tennessee home at the request of the singer's family, but decided that he wasn't in danger. Craig Ferguson is close to locking in his post-Late Late Show gig. Ferguson, who announced earlier this year that he would be stepping down from the CBS Late Night Show, is closing in on a deal to host a syndicated talk show for Tribune Media. An individual familiar with the situation told The Wrap on Friday. The show, which would be premiered later in 2015, would air on Tribune broadcasting stations, a group that includes New York's WPIX, Chicago's WGN, and Los Angeles KTLA. The hours for the new job will be considerably early for Ferguson, who currently holds a 12:35 a.m. slot on CBS. The new offering is being eyed from somewhere in the 7 p.m. range. Tribune has not yet responded to the Wrap's request for comment. Ferguson announced his intent to depart the Late Late Show in April, not long after Late Show host David Letterman announced his own exit. While some consider Ferguson the heir apparent for Letterman's chair, Colbert Report host Stephen Colbert landed the gig instead. As The Wrap exclusively reported earlier this month, Ferguson is being replaced in a CBS spot by James Corden, who stars in Disney's upcoming film Into the Woods. Variety broke news of Ferguson's potential Tribune deal. Basketball Wives star Draya Michele dished a paid gig at a West Hollywood nightclub because there were too many, quote, bags and dykes. So claims club honchos, who are now threatening to sue her. The hostess at Penthouse nightclub told TMZ Draya was supposed to host an event Sunday. When she arrived, she looked at the crowd and said she didn't want to waste her time with bags and dykes and left. Draya told us she did not make the homophobic comments. She said she never even showed up to the club that night. She had called them to say she had to cancel because she was sick. She says the club's owner threatened to trash her in the media for being a no-show. The club fired back. Draya accepted a $2,500 deposit and was obligated to show, and the club lost money when a disappointed crowd simply left the club. The club now plans on suing her. Draya tells TMZ she'd be happy to entertain her LGBT fans on another night at a different club. Wes Scantlin continues to piss off his neighbors and police after a cop responding to a flood was injured on his property and ended up in the hospital. Law enforcement told TMZ neighbors of the Puddle of Mudd lead singer called police Wednesday after they saw water pouring down his driveway. When cops came to discover the pool water running, it had been running for days, a bonehead move in the middle of the severe drought. Cops being alarmed because of the door of the house were wide open. They feared someone might be inside either injured or dead. One officer climbed an outside staircase to get in the house and fell through the rotten wood. The officer was taken by ambulance to the ER but did not suffer serious injuries. Wes, who doesn't live at the house, eventually showed up. Cops told him his ongoing war with his neighbors had to stop. The singer was arrested last August for taking a buzzsaw to a neighbor's house. In the end, no charges were filed and everyone went their separate ways. So water under the bridge. Academy Award-winning actor Denzel Washington just left an Orange County residence where he was staying for more than 2 weeks to detox after a wild alcohol-fueled, glutinous month-long yacht, according to TMZ. Sources connected with the actor told TMZ Denzel was on a yacht during the month of July with his wife and was partying hard. When he returned to LA, our sources told TMZ, Denzel went to the OC residence where he had professionals help him detox. One source says this was more than just alcohol, it was an overall cleanse for toxins. In addition to the professionals who supervised the detox, TMZ told Denzel had a nutritionist, a trainer, and a chef. Denzel, TMZ told, is out and back on his game. MMA fighter War Machine has been captured in a hotel outside Los Angeles, TMZ has learned. He was caught by U.S. Marshals and Simi Valley Police, and TMZ is told he did not put up a fight. The fugitive MMA fighter was sitting in the hotel room with a pizza and a small amount of cash. War Machine's been on the run since last Friday when police said he brutalized his estranged girlfriend, porn star Christy Mack, and her new boyfriend Corey Thomas at her home in Las Vegas. He's been taken to Ventura County Jail. Cops went to War Machine's home in the San Diego area this morning to remove 2 of his exotic snakes. According to an officer, Dog the Bounty Hunter was also there. Chrissy Mack's friends and families told TMZ they're relieved that he's been caught. Kylie Jenner is yet in another car crash, TMZ has learned. TMZ told the latest crash, which occurred Thursday night as she was driving home from dinner, resulted in thousands of dollars in damage to a brand new Range Rover. Here's Kylie's story. She was driving home from Kasuya restaurant in Glendale when a woman in another car got cut off. She said the woman swerved into her lane and rear-ended her. The scenario is what Kelly told her parents, so take it for what it's worth. She has had a rich, short driving history. The 17-year-old caused a multi-car crash a year ago. 18 days after she got her license, she messed up her Mercedes SUV. Kylie also got ticketed in January for speeding. Last month, Kylie was pulled over and ticketed for tinted windows and driving with a teenager. She's too young to have a minor alone in the car. The good news is nobody was hurt. Rapper T.I. rented a stage for his concert tour and treated it like a flower arrangement at a wedding reception dinner table. In other words, he took it home without paying. And now the rental company that allowed him to rent a roll drop is suing him. T.I.'s American Most Wanted tour, a collaboration with T.I. and Lil Wayne, was big last year. The centerpiece of the stage was an expensive screen known as a roll drop used to project videos and photos. T.I. paid the rental fee, but according to the new lawsuit obtained by TMZ, when the concert was over, the rapper didn't return the roll drop. The rental company says its roll drop doesn't come cheap, $50,000, but the rental company wants twice that, arguing that they could have made lots of money renting it out to other performers. In a bizarre turn of events, the body of legendary American Top 40 host Casey Kasem is to be moved to Oslo, Norway, according to reports in the Norwegian newspaper VG. A government official told the paper an application has been made to bury Kasem's remains in the city. His body was moved by his wife Jean to Ontario in Canada after he died at the age of 82 in the U.S. state of Washington in June. Kasem's children from a previous marriage says his remains are being kept from them by their stepmother. The DJ's wife and children have been in dispute over his body since his death. Kasem's daughter Carrie has accused Mrs. Kasem of abusing her father before he died. Carrie Kasem wants a full autopsy to perform on the body. The abuse allegations are being investigated by police in Santa Monica, where Kasem had been hospitalized before his death. Carrie Kasem's spokesman, Denny Deraney, told Billboard it was not clear what Jean Kasem planned to do with her husband's remains. He said, "We just know that she wants to keep Casey away from family and friends, and by the looks of it, is hiding from law enforcement. If Kasem is laid to rest in Norway, it will be the end of a journey for the man who was the voice of Shaggy in the TV animation Scooby-Doo and a longtime host of the legendary American Top 40 radio show, which ran from 1970 up to 2004 as a stint. In May, Kasem, who had been suffering from dementia, was taken by his wife from Santa Monica to Las Vegas and then to Washington State, where they were tracked down by a private investigator working with Kasem's children. After Kasem's death, his body was then moved to Ontario despite a court order designed to prevent his remains being removed from a funeral home in Tacoma. Now, it appears Oslo may be the DJ's final stop, but Kasem's son Mike says his father has no connection to Norway. He told Billboard, "I don't know if Jean has any ties to Oslo. She certainly has never mentioned it in the last 35 years. Everyone keeps asking for motives as to why Jean acts how she acts. I don't have the answer." Kasem began his career in the 1950s and found fame with the chart program American Top 40. He famously ended his broadcast with his signature sign-off, "Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars." Rapper J. Cole said in a statement on the Dream Villain website with the release of a surprise new song, "Be Free," "I'm tired of being desensitized to the murder of black men. I don't give a fuck if it's by police or peers. This shit is not normal." Be Free is Cole's response to the police shooting of an unarmed African-American teenager, Michael Brown, in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, Missouri. The shooting has sparked widespread discussions over police authority and racial profiling, as well as protests around the country, including rallies in Detroit, Nashville, New York, and Chicago, among other places. Cole recorded the piano battle with lyrics like, "All we want to do is break the chains off, all we want to do is to be free," and samples of a news report about the police shooting, and after identifying with Brown's story. Cole said in the statement, "There was a time in my life when I gave a fuck. Every chance I got, I was screaming about it. I was younger. It was so easy to try to save the world when you're in college. You had nothing but time and no responsibility. But soon life hits you. No more dorms, no more meal plans, no more refund check. Iggas needs a job. Iggas got rent, car note, car bill, girlfriends move in and become wife, baby on the way, career advances, Instagram is popping. LeBron leaves, Miami, life hits. We become distracted, we become numb. I became numb, but not anymore. That could be me easily. It could have been my best friend. I made a song This is how I feel. In a statement on the song SoundCloud, Cole dedicated the song to every young black man murdered in America, regardless of the race of the person who killed them. I pray that one day the world will be filled with peace and rid of injustice, he wrote. Only then we will all be free. Earlier this week, record killer Mike wrote a powerful essay on Instagram calling for people to consider a photo of Brown's grieving parents. He wrote, no matter how you feel about black people, look at this mother and look at this father and tell me as a human being how you cannot feel empathy for them. How can you not feel sympathy for their pain and loss? Before there was Tony Hawk, there was Jay Adams. The legendary skateboarder who was portrayed by Emile Hirsch in Lords of Dogtown has died of a heart attack, TMZ has learned. Sources connected with the skater told TMZ he died late Thursday of an apparent heart attack in Mexico. We're told Adams was there with his wife and the two were on a long surfing holiday. They had been there for 3 months. Family sources told TMZ the 53-year-old had been sober for months and had no history of heart problems. This was the first time in 20 years Adams was allowed to leave the U.S. He had been in and out of jail since the 80s on various felony charges. Adams was 53 years old. And finally, legendary rocker Paul McCartney took the stage at San Francisco's Candlestick Park Thursday night to give the final public performance in the legendary stadium, which has doused its flames after 54 years of serving as home field to the city's sports teams and hosting live acts. It was a historically significant stop for McCartney. The Beatles played their last official live concert at Candlestick in 1966 as the musician reminded fans in a YouTube video he posted Wednesday. He said in the video, have some special memories, as you know, of playing Candlestick Park. In preparing the set list for this special closeout show, McCartney clearly had a lot of yesterdays in mind. He launched into the last song the Beatles performed in full at the historic concert, which was a cover of Little Richard's Long Tall Sally. And as he played, several previously unreleased photographs taken at the 1966 performance flashed on the screen behind him. McCartney has had recent setbacks after postponing several live dates on his Out There tour due to viral illness. He returned to the road in May and has been making headlines ever since. He helped a New York couple get engaged in mid-show, delighted residents in Omaha, Nebraska by hanging out on a sidewalk bench with Warren Buffett, and even married a couple during a stop in Phoenix Wednesday. The musician is not ordained, as the bride believed, but it was a nice symbolic gesture. The park, known to locals as the Stick, will be torn down and replaced by a 1.1 million square foot development project, says the Bay City News. But McCartney will go on. He has dates scheduled through October. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, August 15, 2014. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back Monday delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter @The Enter Report. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you again Monday. Bye.